Okay, hi. So please introduce yourself.
My name is Noralma Cruz, painting a major last year. I guess I can introduce start off by my heritage. I'm Mexican American, born in Pennsylvania. Growing up, I've been moving around a lot of states, and that sort of introduced me to different environments where I was able to or had to adapt in order to feel comfortable there. So I sort of had this ability to adapt to different environments and whatever is thrown to me. So yeah.
Formally speaking, what is the viewer introduced to when they look at your work?
I think I'm introducing myself, of course, obviously. The part that I don't show to people, the real me, I guess you could say. And I think that's the main basis of it.
Okay, so that would be like the concept behind your work. It's kind of an autobiography.
Out of what?
Autobiography?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Biography.
So basically, your art, it's just talking about your experience, your feelings in relationship to the environment.
Environment, definitely. To the environment, personal inner relationship that I'm battling with, such as my problem with anxiety, such as issues in relationship between family members, and I think that's it. Revolves all around that, pretty much.
Okay.
Like traumatic experiences,
Okay. So that's your concept, the message behind your work. How do you express all that in material? What materials do you usually use when making artwork?
I use acrylic since I'm most comfortable with that. I use gouache, watercolor, which these water-based paints. I never would use it because I was so intimidated by using it. I never, for you, for instance, I knew you would do portraits with watercolor. I'm that's amazing. So that's why I would stay away from it. But I guess I found another way of coping with it, another way of using it. So it's this spilling technique that I started really getting interested in, and from that I started developing more the sense of the color and the way it can be changed, right? And then from there I would add I would look for forms that are really interesting to me, and the forms that I thought that I could be able to do something with them. So I'm really interested in the body of the person, the human, and so I would find I would use pieces little bits of eyeballs or ribs or the arms or something, and then I would extend that form of the watercolor into that shape. And I also would use storytelling as well. A little bit of storytelling.
So basically, that will be what the viewer is introduced to.
Yeah.
It's basically it's figures and things that make a figure, like the description of a figure into your artwork.
So it's usually forms that I make sort of more metaphorical. So I use metaphor and color as a main to develop.
How do you use metaphor?
Metaphor by just again with the body. I use metaphor by using the body. And it's just little things that you would find that have a lot of meaning to them, like the eyes of that person, or the eyes of this duckling character. So I mean, the eyes, I think for me seem like they're like a window to anybody's world. So I guess you can find a lot of meaning in that.
And how do you use colors? Do you have a system as what could mean a color, or do you just follow what is usually thought that what a color means?
It's all like everything's so like intuitive, and I think of colors as emotions, like most like a lot of people do. And I think I focus on colors that are much more powerful, like reds, for example, or like dark browns and dark greens. Try to send a message out that way. 'Cause they're considered colors of like strong and it's just intense.
Yeah, here red, for example, is related to blood, so it's really passionate and really dangerous. It's a really intense color. Yeah.
There's other ways you can use red too. So I want it would be like the opposite of that. Use it delicately.
Yeah. I mean, like if you have a really muted red, like the one in top, it loses that intensity, and it becomes like a more something like the complete opposite of what it usually means. What is your inspiration in art? What artists do you look at when you're
musicians mostly, because there's certain musicians that have really powerful lyrics, like not mainstream like pop music or anything, but underground. And I listen to a lot of that. Artists, painters like Mexican painter, and I usually like. I take my time, like I just focus on one person for a long period of time, and then I would go back and forth.
Who will be that person now? Like right now, what will be that artist that you're looking for?
Like definitely like Rodin. I just like was introduced to a lot of his watercolors. And I'm reading more to him, and I feel like I have a connection with his story in the beginning, his earlier life, where he had like a tragedy, which really messed him up a little.
Mm.
But he got back on his feet. So I look at prayers like that, sculptures as well.
Yeah. Oh, I see that this little sculpture over here. Is that something that it's inspired by him?
Not really. Yeah, you can say yes and no. I usually would use my characters first and foremost, like this one, and create a body for it.
Okay. Okay. What is your muse from life? Things you look at that catalyze your ideas and your art making process.
The natural world, I would really think that's super important in my work. Because I do use a lot of organic shapes, flowers, and the soul in some way.
Souls?
The soul, like the soul.
Do you
of a
feel
person,
do you
the
feel
soul
you
of,
look at
object.
people's souls at some point and in some way?
Not people, but objects.
Oh, you see the soul of objects.
Yeah.
How
for
so?
instance, that little piece of metal.
Uh-huh.
I found that on the street while I was walking home from work, and just something about it. It's just it's damaged. It looks like it's beautiful, even though it's old and rusted and broken up. There's always beauty in just finding something. There's always beauty in that.
Yeah.
I think anything that's ruptured.
And there is also that shape that is right next to it. It's
Yeah.
kind of mimicking the form of it.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. What do you expect to give with your art, if anything? Do you expect to give a message, change some way of thinking, or just it's just a visual enjoyment? What do you expect to give to an audience when you make your artwork?
It's more to help myself get through the problems that I've been going through. So I feel like channeling back to that moment and channeling back to the feelings I had at that moment, sort of, it helps you. It's like therapeutic, you know? In order to get over it, you have to go back
And
face it.
do you think maybe if somebody looks at your paintings and kind of is going through that same feeling, that same experience, or something related to it, do you think that they will get that same relief by looking at it that you have one painting?
Okay. So I know it's definitely one thing. I think sort of to help you or to help anybody think about the things that they've been avoiding in a way, but to say hey, it's okay. This is a great thing that you have. You know what I mean? And you can use it to your advantage to create art like this. And that's powerful. I think that's a good thing in a way, even though it's negative.
Appreciating and using it for the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there an anecdote that you could share about a piece that you thought was greatly successful to you?
To me, I would have to say this one right here.
This one?
Yeah, this right here.
Yeah.
I feel like that piece is finished now. Because, it's quite it's really you get the sense of sadness and depression in there. I feel like it's one of the most powerful, and because of that, and just the way how
I mean, it definitely looks super finished with that frame on it.
Yeah, definitely. That frame was, of course, thrown.
So it's successful because it's finished, and it's successful because it shows successfully the feeling you were trying to convey with it.
Definitely, yeah.
How does your work represents you as an individual? I mean, it is talking about you.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is like, is there something that represents the things that identify you? Like you're a woman, you're Mexican.
In a way, I really don't find that, like, I'm more interested in, like, of course, my culture heritage is really big. And that's why I've followed and I've looked at Rufino Tamayo's work. Because he is Mexican culture. He is a Zapotec indigenous person. Like me, like I'm Mixtec, and I know the language of the Mixtec people fluently. It's my first language, and then I feel like I do use some of his processes. Like I've seen his videos of how you paint and how you treat the paint, treat the canvas, and he usually can tell, like, you can tell like a person by, like, you can tell their background by looking at a painting. Like I don't know if that's really important or anything. Like I maybe I do. I like don't think about it that much, but I mean I definitely am like a introverted person. So having my work displayed out this way and like in this position where my studio is, it's like sort of like a big huge exposure. Like I've never dealt with that before, you know. No, it's sort of like when you look at it, like, and you're like, I don't think you can tell that a woman painted this. Like I've never thought of it that way. I really haven't.
Okay. Are you fighting issues with your art? I guess like your personal issues will be those issues. Are you expecting like at some point maybe to solve them through art or help to ease them with art?
I think it's definitely to help ease the situation, and it's also usually just like to help. It's sort of like something playful, you know what I mean? Like I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and it's yeah. As a child, I really don't remember having like super happy memories. Like yeah, there were some, but I mean my father was like an alcoholic, and he left when I was about 10, out of my life. So that happened, and then issues with siblings. Not between me and them, but between them and
among themselves,
and among themselves and stuff. So like witnessing, I'm like one of the youngest, so I've witnessed all of their issues, and I was exposed to that. So it's like I sort of grew up with a better understanding of like how to react to certain situations, like what was the question again? Sorry.
Are you fighting issues with your art? I mean, yeah, you mentioned all that, and I'm assuming art helps you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why does art work for you?
It's liberating for one thing. I can do whatever I want. No, nobody can tell me what to do. It's like it's my own thing. You know? It's fun and because I'm not a very outspoken person, so I would sometimes have to I would rely on paintings and drawings to speak for me. Yeah.
You definitely have a lot to say.
Yeah. Right.
Did you ever wanted to do something before making art? Is your art, and if so, is your art related with that you wanted to do?
No way.
No way.
Because before I wanted to become a veterinarian.
Oh.
And then that didn't happen. Because I ended up moving to New York, and before I was living in California, and I was going to attend a community college and then transfer to UC Davis, which had a veterinary program. Because I also loved animals. But I mean, in a way, you could say, I mean, if you're a veterinarian, you would do like surgery or something, you know, to help out an animal and like
Save little
right,
pets.
so
Yeah.
pets work with the body, but an animal body. So I mean, you could relate, but
Not in the direct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever felt pressured about making art?
no, not really. It's just that I wasn't really equipped with with the skills. I mean, I think that's what the main problem was with me. Like I would know I would draw and stuff, but like I wouldn't know how to express what I wanted to express with paint. But until like I found that tool, I found out how to, and it's really easy. It's going smooth.
Okay. What is your studio agenda? Is there is there a way? Oh no, yeah, that's a question. What is your studio agenda? What do you do first when you come in? How do you organize your time in your studio?
That's so hard.
I mean, I know you commute, so
Yeah.
you arrive every day from a long trip.
Yeah. So it's usually like I'm already tired from going to class, having like a 4-hour course, whatever. So I don't want to come in here drained out of energy. I don't want to do that because then my mind, my mentality, I want to be in a stable position. So I would usually come at like in the mornings before class or the afternoon after morning class during lunch and stuff, so to get myself like
The stamina.
and then once I'm super prepared, once I feel balanced and ready to go, it's just I just whip out everything, and I don't stop usually. That's why you see a lot of stuff happening, but it's usually produced a couple of maybe 2-3 works produced the days that I do.
That's crazy. Is there a way you specifically organize your studio? Like you put, say, books this way, so they're the first thing you see when you come in, and then like small pieces in here that you work, maybe seated on the table, and then maybe the big work area.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to put anything that I won't be able to replace near paints or anything. And I don't want them to get damaged. But other than that, the only thing I need visible in front of me are the paints, crayons, the markers, and paper, canvas, and that's it. Everything else, I just like move it around, and then when I'm done, I bring it all back together. Just as if I like left it the day before or something.
Okay.
Like a chapter holder.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
awesome! That's a great example. What are you doing after college?
After college, I want to find a full-time job.
As an artist? Okay.
Teaching art.
Teaching
art. I also would want to, okay, so teaching art, but art to kids, art to underprivileged kids, art to kids or people with disability. So definitely I want to do that, and then see where that goes, because you never know what can come your way and what could stop your plans. Sometimes it could be good, bad. Hoping they're good.
And do you have any idea if at some point maybe you want a studio, or maybe you want to your art to be displayed at some galleries? There's something that is directly related into the art world.
I never thought of like having my artwork displayed in a gallery. If I wanted to, I think I could like be able to go that route. Maybe just not now. Not now.
Okay. What things has art school taught you that you couldn't have learned by yourself?
About myself.
About yourself?
About myself. Definitely. But that's not through like the professors or anything, but that's just like being exposed. Being in an area full of my peers definitely has influenced. I think the peers taught me the most out of the professors and out of lectures. I think you guys actually were the teachers of it. You know what I mean?
Oh. yeah,
So
totally get it.
I think I get a lot of inspiration from the students here in my class.
Is there anything academic, like, oh, I learned how to use this medium out of this that I would have never learned to do by myself? Or maybe I learned this information that I wouldn't have learned by myself, or at least not as fast as I did.
Sometimes I feel like the materials that I use, like they come naturally. Like I usually wouldn't follow, like when I would paint with oil, I wouldn't use oil, like linseed oil or anything like that. I would just like straight from the tube. But I found out that using like certain mediums with oil does help the impression, the visuals, the way the paint is applied and everything. So I think that's a good thing. Lectures definitely, Latin American courses, in art history, that definitely helped open my eyes to like this whole Latin American community. And so that boosted my energy up, my mood up even more. Because I am like a Latin American person.
American person from with descendancy from other country.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that and sculpture. Yeah.
Okay. And then vice versa. What things have you learned by yourself that was not thanks to art school?
I learned how to. Well, I think I'm like a pretty shy person. Like before, I was a shy person. Like it was bad. It was pretty bad. But I've grown to I've grown up a lot personally throughout the years. Traveling, commuting definitely gave me like an independence, huge independence. Just like helped myself personally grow mentally.
Would you recommend to a young artist, like a young person who wants to make art, to go to art school?
What would I recommend?
Yeah, like, would you tell them, yes, go to art school, or do you think that's something that you should learn by yourself in your own time? Because it is expensive to go to art school, and you already spend not only for the tuition but the materials, and it's, it can be stressing and can be tedious. So do you think like that's worth it for the knowledge that you're gonna acquire if you go to art school? Or
I mean, if they want to carry art throughout their career, throughout their lifetime, then yeah, there's really a lot of important things that you would learn in art school, and I would say go for it, because if you hold back, time will pass, and then you just would have like lost a bit of that. You know what I mean? It's good to have like start off and then continue the momentum. And I think it's great that like somebody like a young person would want to follow that, pursue that. I think art is important in a way where the ability to express oneself and impact over the people.
yeah, okay, yeah, that was our last question.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Noralma. Okay, bye.
Bye.